it's been a week of basketball here in the 8th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, and for the second time in 5 days, we return to the One Arena in Cainta, Rizal as we bring you the second game of our Friday triple header. We have Miko Dizon, who had a superb debut, 21 points, 6 rebounds in just 16 minutes off the bench. But a daunting task awaits in Jan Nermal, a former Bulacan Kuya, rejuvenated with the Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. Yan po ang magkatunggali sa ating second game. Both teams seeking their second win. Bulacan going up against Batangas City. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Ken Pangilinan with Coach Christian Luanzon at courtside. We have Miss Mika Abisamis. And both teams won their opening assignments, Coach Chris. But we focus on Batangas City. What do you think of this new look this season para dito sa kanilang kupunan?
They're younger, they're more athletic, and I believe they have a new, supposedly go-to guy in John Nermal. He was the best player for them to me in their preseason, along with Seda Blaza. Had a couple good games in that preseason. He was the best player in the last game. And this is much needed, no, for a team that, you know, that's moving forward without Levy Hernandez. It seemed to me that he was just gonna retire as a Batangas player, but it's not the case. So John Nermal, let's see if he could continue with his streak of his.
At imbita natin yung mga nanonood sa atin live to subscribe on our MPBL YouTube channel. Also watching us on Tap Sports and on Solar Sports. Well, pag-usapan muna natin itong Bulacan Kuyas. Took care of business against Parañaque last Saturday. Bit short-handed this lineup, but they had their biggest lead at 16 points before holding off itong Parañaque in the fourth quarter.
Early in the season, we have a high-scoring game already. It almost feels like a lot of players really forgot the word defense in that game. You see 108 attempts for Bulacan, as if 87 for Parañaque was not enough. But the turnovers, unfortunately, was the story for Parañaque, which Bulacan forced and able to convert that to 29 points. You see how they dominated the paint. 66 points, you know, lagpas kalahati ng 102. And the second chance points out of the numerous offensive rebounds. They had 20, I believe.
6 guys in double figures for Bulacan in that matchup.
You're right.
But, well, they're going up against one of the stingiest defense in the league in the Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. And that was on full display, especially in the second half when they battled the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys.
Where they scored 50 points nung second half, to your point, compared to only 34. It was quite a struggle for them in that second quarter as Art de la Cruz really carried that team. He finished with 27 points, 10 in that second quarter, but the third quarter was just a different story. For Batangas, they clamped down defensively, as you mentioned, stingy, and John Nermal just turned on the jets. No, he was steady actually from the get-go, but in the second half, he was huge. 11 points in the second half, 20 in the ball game, as you see, and 8 rebounds. He's always been a good rebounding forward with that wingspan of his and athleticism. I think he's going to lead this team all throughout the season. Let's see of the help he can get from the others.
All right, Bulacan versus Batangas City for our second game. Punta na natin si Richard Tampos for starting lineups.
Eugene Gonzalez. At forward number 8, Penny Limpo. Guard number 13, Andre Acop. Also at guard number 19, Gabo Espinosa. And at forward number 20, Kent Montalvo. Their head coach is Alan Salangsang, assisted by Terence Reyes, Rap Tumale, Jerby Glorioso, Charlie, Paul Rivera, Joshua Tan, Jeremy Warin, and Klein Baroga. The team manager is Rolly Barredo. Here's for the MPBL inaugural season champions, Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. Guard number 1, Craniel Viloria. Point guard number 10, CJ Isit. At forward number 29, the Elastic Man, John Nermal. Also at forward number 43, Dexter Apinan. Playing center number 53, Sed Ablaza. Their head coach is Cholo Villanueva. His assistants are J.R. Aquino, Warren Capitan, John Arenas, and Jimwell Gikan. Assistant team manager Gilbert Alea. LGU partners are Mayor
Starting
Marvin
five
Marino.
is brought
and
to you by
Congress-
Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Bulacan with Gabo Espinosa, Andre Acop, Eugene Gonzalez, Kent Montalvo, and JV Limpo. Para naman sa Batangas, Tanduay Athletics, you have CJ Isen, Rainier Viloria, Zed Ablaza, John Nermal, and Jexter Apinan. So basically the same starting unit they had against the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. So Coach Cholo sticking with this unit that was successful to begin. And they get the tip. CJ Isip at the controls against Gabo Espinosa. Steal here by the Cuyas. Is nga lang yung layup. Jan Nermal picks up his first rebound. Gloria to Apinan. So a mixture of holdovers and key additions in the starting unit for Coach Cholo. Seta Plaza nails a free to open up the scoring for Batangas.
Scored in double figures in the last game was only one of two players. No, kasama si John Nermal, excuse me. Always a good sign, obviously, every time you hit your first shot in Ablaza.
Shot clock winding down on the Cuyas. Espinosa gets it back, fires a free. Off the back iron, rebound, Jexter Apinan. Apinan attacking the defense of Gonzalez, but traveled turnover against Batangas. It's Cholo Villanueva in his fifth consecutive.
Goodness.
Aga-aga pa eh.
Goodness.
Aga-aga pa eh.
Goodness, kasi I was about to say, as you see Viloria with a nice finish, finishing in his strong right side. Wait until you reach 40, Ken.
Okay.
So,
Malapit-lapit na.
yun lang, doon lang papunta yung sasabihin ko.
Oh. Ayun, clue na lang, malapit-lapit na.
Okay, cherish it.
2 minutes gone by, Bulacan has yet to score here.
Ako, mapapatime out ako nun. All 5 white shirts, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white shirts. Pero, na-out-rebound sila ng 2 beses. Kaya ito, that lead to Ablaza's 5th point of the game.
7-0 start for Batangas City. Timeout Bulacan.
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
Kung malapit lang kayo dito sa area, actually kahit malayo, subukan nyo o pumunta kayo rito kasi 1 million pa rin.
Oo nga,
ang
no?
half courts. My goodness. I mean, that is 7 figures.
Yeah,
And really, especially to a casual fan, that is life-changing money.
right.
Diba?
Tinanong ko nga kanina si Richard Tampos, paano ako mag-qualify dyan kung gusto mo sumali?
For some, it takes a lifetime,
Right.
maybe never, to get a million. Dito, you get the chance in 45 seconds to hit 4 shots. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Pumunta talaga kayo rito.
This might just be your night. Meron pa tayong isang halftime segment.
Every game. So that means 3 games, 3 halftimes, 3 contestant, araw-araw may chance. And that is, in terms of the odds, mataas yun
Oo.
Yung kanina lang nung first game umabot siya sa dulo,
4.
4 attempts sa half court.
Yeah,
So by all means, make an effort to come here.
right. Plus you enjoy
The game.
the games. And also the interactive booths outside ng Sports Plus.
Right?
Alam ko yung Money Pay, meron din.
Meron.
Oo, meron din. So kung di ka pa nakasubscribe, mahuhuli namin yan dyan. Mag-subscribe ka na sa Manny Pay. Meanwhile, Jan Nermal leaning in, can't get that shot to fall in. Espinosa brings it up. Benedicto sa loob. Dison got blocked, but stays with it and puts it back up and in while losing his right shoe.
And they have an advantage, obviously, on the other end. 5-on-4. They should look to attack quickly. If you're Bulacan, you might want to give up a foul, but you don't have to if the other team throws the ball away. Yan ang blessing.
Last break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Diretso for the first 2 points of the ball game para sa Bulacan by Benedictos. Sa kabilang dako naman, KG with a basket plus a foul.
So a good timeout, obviously, by Coach Alan. Nice shot fake right here. And the help defender couldn't do anything but foul, unfortunately, and may extra free throw pa.
In the free throw, KG Garcia. 10-7, so seems like the timeout at the moment working in favor of Bulacan. They were down 7-0 earlier. Jan Nermal can't hit a three. Apinan. Finally, board cleared by the former Valenzuela player, Ken Castillo.
Fortunate, obviously, is Bulacan that they're only down by 3. And I say that, Ken, because they've already given up 6 offensive rebounds. In the last game, we mentioned the numerous possessions both teams had. A total of a whopping, let me do the math here, 195 attempts combined for both teams, Parañaque and Bulacan, and that was because of the combined 45 offensive rebounds in that game. 25 by Bulacan, they allowed 20 kay Parañaque, and so far they have allowed Batangas 6 offensive rebounds, almost halfway in the first quarter.
Baseline inbound for Batangas. Almost at the halfway point of the first quarter. Isit will trigger it into Greniel Viloria. Coming over from the San Juan Knights.
What looks to be 1-3-1 zone.
Nermal tries another corner pocket three, and that time he hits it.
Same spot, different result. John Nermal continues to play well.
Benedictos, hindi maibawi yung tres. Outlet ni Nermal to a running Seda Blaza for 2. Nice look ahead from John Nermal. Espinosa being bothered by CJ Isit. Ball poke free. Ahead. Isit with another basket. Balik sa 10. Ang lamang 7-0 run for the Batangas City Tanduay Athletics.
Coach Alan made sure na merong itatawag yung kanyang point guard, no, na si Espinosa, dahil nangyari yun, yung pagbababa ng bola. Sa katabi niya na, sinigurado niyang tumawag siya ng play. Pero mintis sila rito.
CJ Isit. Under 4 minutes left. What a look inside. Plaza dinukot pa sa kabila. Strong start for Sed, 9 points.
Well, this was only a 3-point lead with 10-7, but a 9-0 run quickly by Batangas. And Coach Alan, you wonder when the next timeout will be, but because he called an early timeout, suddenly you're hesitant to call that next one early in the first half.
Yeah. Nermal made his move. Malasan ang tao muna dito. Meanwhile, let's check in with Mika Abisamis.
Alan Salansang, Letran back-to-back champion, NBA Iloilo team, PBL champion with happy teammate. A guy he calls the best 1-2 guard for his height in Christian Luanzon, PBA under Talk and Text, Coke and Rainer Shine. Obviously strong contenders in the PBA and a national team player. What does he want? All he wants to do is bring this experience and this reputation to influence the culture of this team, the Bulacan Cuyas. He has Montalvo as his notable player, who is a homegrown, dating University of Makati player na teammate ni Nelo Santos of Gensan. He also said to watch out for Akop, yung magkapatid na Akop. And eto ngang si Gabo, not Hesed Gabo, but Gabo Espinosa na point guard niya sa araw na to. So let's see what Coach Alan could actually bring to the Cuyas. Pero meron siyang isang hirit. Coach Christian, gusto mo pa rin daw bang sumama sa Tarlac ulit?
Yes. Now, yes, because meron ng tinatawag na Esitex tsaka T-Plex. But 22 years ago when we went there, I'll never forget. It's funny that you say that, Mika, because I was just telling Ken about that story before we started this game.
Yeah.
But, you know, Ken, after that Mika's report, I tell you, this is one person, I'm talking about Mika, that I will never trust after that report. After giving her information, a few information, suddenly she digs deep into her Google brain, does the research, asking questions, and was not supposed to rather, know things that she shouldn't.
High praise for you, by the way.
That's exactly my point. Hindi na dapat, but thank you. But go ahead. I mean, this is the three.
Yeah.
This is a Tomboy.
Homeboy.
I mean, since Mika touched on it already, I'll never forget Alan Salangsang. I was a rookie. He was one of my vets. And he just casually, after one practice, tells me, Chris, sama ka sa akin, malapit lang. As you see the three by Benedictos, love his name, by the way. Sabi niya, Chris, sama ka sa akin, malapit lang. Saan tayo? Tarlac. O sige, at that time, I was young and impressionable. A 17-year-old rookie in the MPBL, in the PBL, excuse me. And sabi ko, Sang, 4 na oras na tayo, wala pa tayo. Akala ko pa malapit lang. Anyway, what made it more unforgettable is, sabi niya, tikman mo to. Ang sarap nito. It was made by his lovely wife, Luisa. And sabi niya, ano ba tawag dyan? Tikman mo na lang. Pagkatikim ko, papaitan pala. So, anyway, I'll never forget that. And obviously, you never forget your teammates, especially if you win a championship with them.
Yeah.
Alan Salangsang, and I always tell this story, it was a happy team, as Mika mentioned. Imagine, the third group, nakasama ko hindi ako nakakalaro nun Kasama ko sa bench, Larry Fonasher, L.A. Tenorio sa bench. And that's because we had guys like Cyrus Baguio, Peter Jun Simon, Eugene Tan, who was a veteran point guard, Alan Salangsang, I believe he was the mythical player of that season. And we just had a special team.
Player of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. This was the connection leading to this alley-oop play for Rin William Bing. I remember you had that story. Nung nag-cover tayo sa Bataan, Boss B was there when he was still with Basilan.
Right.
Diba?
Yeah, because he was our team manager.
Yeah.
As this game obviously is going out of hand tulad nung, well, it's not a turnover, natapik sa kanya, no? But Mika, remember when I told you I owe you one? Now I don't owe you one after that report. I take it back.
Batangas on a 19-3 run. Pwede pa nilang dagdagan. And ganyan na nga ang nangyari with that Rin William Bing 3-pointer.
Masakit yun, yung 3 points na yun. Kasi galing sa inbound, first pass, naka 1-3-1 ka pa, which is naangat yung depensa, pero natirahan ka pa rin.
Akop gives it up, 3-point shot. Ayaw pumasok. Comboy will get the rebound. 30 seconds remaining. Mark Cruz skips it to Rin William Bing. Fires another 3. Back-to-back triples for Rin William Bing.
One thing that you can count on para sa Batangas, you mentioned Coach Cholo's 5th season. They have always played the right way. The way they've been passing the ball and looking for the open man this first quarter. Just excellent.
Akop lumusot. 0.4 seconds remaining.
If you don't believe me, believe the numbers. He's shooting the ball at a high clip of 73% and has a total in the first quarter 11 assists already.
Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community.
Not to mention 35 big points in the first quarter.
Yeah. 35 to 10. Andre Acop failing to hit the first free throw.
Was the best player in the last game?
Hindi, yung kapatid niya.
Kapatid yun.
Si Aaron.
Okay. Tama, si Aaron.
That shot will not count, but that was the type of quarter Batangas City had. And tuloy-tuloy lang yung pagbulusok nila dito. 9-0 start. Jan Nermal set the tone early. Bulacan had their moments. In fact, nakadikit sila. They got to within 3 points. But Jan Nermal and company just breaking the game wide open with this strong finish. And William Bing with 8 points. All coming late in the first quarter. Kaya naman lamang sila 35 to 10.
Kaya yung bayanigang pakbakan, todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalitin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama.
Back at One Arena in Cainta-Fair, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. With a strong South we have this season, Jensen just showing they want to make a statement this season as well. I asked Coach Cholo Villanueva, why do you think you are still the team to beat? He said, we are still a very good team in the South. Of course, it's always a long process when you start a season again. A lot of learning from each other, but my long-armed wingmen are so far good in deflections. Being long and athletic, younger creates a lot of havoc defensively for them compared to their slower-paced lineup last season. Now, a better on both ends, no? Offense and defense. But what was interesting about our conversation was how he believes the Kuyas are in good hands with former opponent in the PBL and Father Martins in Alan Salansang. Coach Cholo was with ICTSI then. He said Coach Alan was one of the first stretch fours in the Philippines. Ngayon daw kasi, puro shooting big na. Ken, Coach Chris?
Maraming salamat, Mika. The battles you guys had in the PBL. Right? As Mark Cruz drains the jumper, 37-10. And also, Mika touched on yung mga bagong pyesa, no, ng Batangas City. You know, those lengthier players like William Bing, Jan Nermal. And to top onto that,
Add to the existing ones.
Yeah.
Sila Ambuluto, sila Mark Cruz. And that gives Coach Cholo, you know, the luxury to put itong si Abdul Sawat at the 3. Although I think he's a natural 4, and he probably at times has more of an advantage at the 4. But putting him at the 3, he has that capability as well, especially when he's hitting his outside shots as Yambing turns the ball over.
37-10. Benedictos hit a 3 earlier, knocks down another rather.
Well, he was in the last game, you mentioned in the pregame, Bulacan with that win against Parañaque had 6 players in double figures. Yeah. He was the second leading scorer with 16. Benedictos. 16 points, didn't shoot the ball at an efficient rate, you know, 5 for 17, 29%, but obviously it was enough for them to get the W.
Muntik ng maagaw ni William Bing yun. See the length coming into play, playing the passing lanes. 39-13, Coach Alan Salangsang. Number 24, di ba? Nung naglalaro siya with your team. Also in the PBL. Like Mika mentioned, former national team member. Nag-abot pa sila ni Vince Season sa NBA? Do you remember?
I don't remember because Vince Season, narinig ko na nung moving up ako, kinder 2 to grade 1.
Okay.
So we gotta ask the Prince himself.
Na kasi I think nung unang season ng Iloilo, Vince was there. Sila Joey Mente. I don't recall if Coach Alan was part of that team already. So yun nga, back-to-back champion pa na siya sa Letran. Nabanggit din ni Mika. As you see here, Ambuluto will score at that big series in that loss they had against Binyan.
Well, let me add to that more because I really want to rub this in the report of Mika dahil hindi niya alam tong sasabihin ko. He's also a championship buster, no, na masakit sa loob ko at sa teammates ko. When he was with Indonesia in the ABL, okay, tinalo kami. At that time, we were San Miguel with Junmar Fajardo. Chris Banchero is still playing now. And we were expected to win that season. Long and behold, about 6-7 games remaining into the postseason. No, in the regular season before the postseason, Indonesia picks up the terrific Stanley Pringle.
Okay.
And Alan Salangsang, who was their Asian import. He had a lot of, what I remember in that championship run of theirs, was that he had some big shots, especially in the championship clincher against some corner threes. At naging masakit yun. Lalo na para sa akin, na umaasang manalo kami ron.
So ano yun? Mild upset yun.
Yes, because we were expected, but Pringle was just in a different level during that time. This was the year 2011.
This was the three by Comboy that should count. There was a battle down low. So some reinforcements coming in for Batangas City. Cruz with a steal. This has turned into a rout early, 44-17. Just 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
Kaya marami na tayo na kwento.
Oo nga. By the way, kasama ko pala dalawa sa mga bagong hosts ng kanilang bagong podcast. The Rebanse Podcast Pilot Episode, now available on YouTube.
You name it, we have it. Kahit
Lahat.
yung mga wala pang apps na i-inventoin pa lang. Nandun.
Alam mo yung tawag doon sa podcast? Pag podcast, di ba?
Right, podcast.
Podcast app.
Rebanse.
Rebanse. Yan, panoorin nyo. With Coach Christian Luanzon, Mika Abisamis, the guy who will play later on, Joe Gomez de Leano.
Right.
And they had a special guest.
Eager for a bounce-back performance, sabi niya sa amin. Tignan natin.
Naka 7 points siya, di ba? Nung first game.
7 points siya. Oo. Short amount of time pa yun, ha? Medyo limited
kumbaga,
yung playing time niya. Quality minutes.
Quality minutes. Sama. Montalvo thought about that three. Will pull up. 3 seconds left. We will get that one to go.
Much needed basket, obviously, because it's been a long drought scoring para sa Bulacan.
Quite unfortunate that they don't have Aaron Akop, who was arguably their top performer last game.
Well, he was the best player.
Yeah, that's Paranaque. Sayang din, no? Naalala ko, nag-cover tayo ng laro nila in Bataan where they got that upset win over Caloocan where he had 20 points. That's a tip in that will work for Kenny Castillo.
I remember.
Diba?
Yeah.
20 points, 4 triples for Aaron Akop during that game. Dedicated.
Pero wala pa si Andre nun, tama? Isa pa lang.
Wala pa.
Yun.
Sila Marlon Monte yun eh. Marlon Monte, Sam Peralta.
Who is now, talk about Marlon Monte, who's now with
Paranaque.
Paranaque. Yes, kalaban nila. Yung last game.
Mark Cruz, wala. Montalvo secures the rebound. So these are mostly young guys right now for Bulacan. Benedictos. Derecho pero malakas. Pass intended to Grospe. Bit too strong, too high for him to catch. Unilarim will come in. A lot of guys that they lost during the offseason. You mentioned already Levy Hernandez, Jong Baloria, MJ De La Virgen, who will play later on for May Kawayan, and also Philip Panyamongan. Then
Jong and Philip, they're still free agents. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of here in the MPBL.
Daming mga prominent free agents pa, no? Very interesting to see where those guys will land. MANNY Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Ako against Onil Arim. Past the halfway point of the second quarter. Gabo Espinosa. Back to Ako. 6 seconds left on their shot clock. Hanap ng papasahan. Locates a teammate down low. Fadeaway jumper by Nico Dizon off the mark. Sawat acquired from Zamboanga. Also had a solid stint with Quezon City back in Season 6. Rospe hand off to Arim. Also in his 5th consecutive year for Batangas City. Mark Cruz rising up for the jumper, and it's good.
Nice looking jumper by Mark Cruz, a guy who they really missed the preseason. Was out due to injury. And you can see why he's wearing a mask.
Yeah. Nakalusot sa ilalim si Nico Dizon. An efficient outing. The last time out, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 10 of 13 from the field in 16 minutes.
This skill right there off that cross-court turnover para sa Batangas.
Balasan ng tao for Coach Alan, Coach Cholo Villanueva. By the way,
Ano na naman yan?
hindi, last Monday yung dating teammate niya.
Natatakot ako sa mga ganyan mo. Bakit? Yung mga, by the way, meanwhile, oo nga pala, mga, humuhugot yung
Parang-
encyclopedia mong utak.
Hindi, parang mag-ready ka na.
Okay, sige,
last-
tuloy mo na.
hindi, last-
I'm sorry to stop you. Okay.
Hindi, last Monday, di ba, was the debut of JV Casio in this very same building.
Kailangan mo nga sabihin yan. JV Cashier.
Masilan.
Okay.
Where they were able to beat Valenzuela. In limited minutes, minanage ni Coach Arnold yung
Medyo
minutes.
efficient siya na. Double
Oo.
figures.
11
Alam ko,
points.
10, 11 points.
11.
Yeah. But the best player was the former MVP,
Yeah.
Mr. Wilson.
John Wilson. 20 of his 27 points in that
Second quarter.
second quarter.
Yeah.
Tama.
Finally, something that I know.
So,
More than you.
alam mo,
What
Coach,
an achievement.
sasabihin ko pa lang.
I can sleep like a baby tonight.
Hindi, sasabihin ko pa lang. Natutuwa ako kasi bukod sa updated ka, madalas kang sumasalang ngayon, ah. Natutuwa ako.
Change topic na tayo.
46-23, LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. But boy, pinag-uusapan din ni Mika, no, how Coach Cholo has been bracing for the tough competition in the South. Basilan could make some noise, although
They could.
They could, no?
They could. It's gonna be tough, but they could because I mean I don't have the whole teams in front of me, unlike the last game. But I remember while doing it, you know, like sort of like making that prediction in my head. I remember in the North you have like 6 teams that I'm sure is gonna make it. Maybe in the South you have 5. And remember, last season, season 7, sinimulan na natin yung bagong format of having that play-in tournament. So that means, you know, 4 more teams that is a toss-up can still have that chance. Basilan is in the mix para sa akin. Doon sa 5 to 6 teams na yun remaining
dami nila
in their
Quezon,
division.
Batangas City,
Right.
Rizal, even though they've lost their first 2 games, they had solid showing against Caloocan last Tuesday.
Almost one day controlled, you could say, the whole game. Even led, from what I remember, even led for about 7 points the last 6 minutes of that game.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah. Until the big baskets by Kimani and the big play by Baklaan in the end. Assist.
And I remember during that game, I watched that game where they really had success in drawing out mga bigs to Caloocan the first half.
Right.
Coach Gerson made that slight adjustment. Nag-adjust din si Coach Mark.
And punishing them on defense.
Yeah. That was a battle
Yeah.
all throughout. One of the best games we've had so far this season. Coach Cholo Villanueva in his 5th season. Extreme ang subok at kumpletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. So, Jensen, Mindoro, who knows if they could make it 2 consecutive playoff appearances in the MPBL, but they've got stiff competition. Cebu, even though they lost against San Juan, had that rousing debut against Rizal on opening day.
Jumanzo had 29 points. He missed the last game against San Juan, and you know, before the hot shooting of San Juan in that second quarter, that was a tight one. But San Juan just put themselves in a higher sphere
Yeah.
as soon as they acquired the biggest fish in the market. Not from Japan, but from the Philippines.
We have a coach's challenge by Bulacan. We'll be back for the result of this one.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan.
After the review, the challenge was successful.
Successful challenge from Coach Alan Salansang.
So he doesn't lose his last timeout. You're allowed to have 2 timeouts and a half. And ito, kitang-kita. Bola nila.
Regaining possession, Bulacan down by 21. Garcia thought about it. Forcing it up, short. Rebound, Miko Dizon, pabandang tira, pumasok yan.
Nice effort on the glass and using the glass as he made that basket.
Miko Dizon already with 6 points. Kai Oliva, also a holdover for Batangas City. But a turnover, an illegal screen called on King Importante. Some of these guys from season 3 pa lang with Makati, kasama na si Coach Cholo. Guys like Jexter Pinan, Seda Plaza, King Importante.
Kulang na lang, bumalik dito si Kim Montalvo.
Oo nga eh.
Who still has a live contract, I believe, but is set to expire. I'm not sure if it's this year, but either this year or the next. As you see, this 3-point play, the first 3-point play for Bulacan in this game. Much needed, obviously.
First basket for JV Limpo. Just could not convert on that free throw. Patrick Ramos and the rest of the May Kawayan Marilao Gems will seek win number 2 going up against Manila Batang Quiapo. That's gonna come up just a few. Meanwhile, a steal by the guys in white. Kahit papano, no, naibaba na nila sa 17 puntos yung lamang. Miko Dizon was right there at the cup, just could not finish. Sliding in, Onilarim, no good. Tapikan ng bola na kay King Importante. Pasa palabas, Viloria, line drive of a free. Masyadong malakas. Importante with another rebound. No look pass to Viloria. Look away to Onilarim. He can't hit a free. Nasa Batangas City pa rin ang bola. Under a minute left in the first half. Crossover dribble, pull up. Viloria, still no go and finally cleared by Gonzalez. Nice outlet. Limpo comes it down low. Miko Dizon will score his 8th point.
Cutting the lead down to 15 was once a high of 27. So a better second quarter, obviously, para sa Bulacan. Outscoring itong Batangas, 21-11 so far. Bola, babalik pa sa kanila if they get a stop. Here's the stop. They should get the last shot. I'm not sure if Dizon knows.
Limpo.
And that's the reason why you want to get the last shot. Pero puti na lang, nawala ang bola. Kaya importante.
stayed with it. Vico Dizon, after getting blocked, he now has 10 markers for Bulacan. Oliva, nasundutan sa likod, and Bulacan making some ground. Able to make this a bit closer after it turned into a rout earlier. And nice way to end the half para dito sa Bulacan Kuyas. But this guy, nung pagtatapos nung first quarter, William Bing hit a couple of threes. Total of 13 points in the first half.
5 of 6 field goal, 3 of 4 from downtown. He was just shooting lights out for a total of 83% from the field.
At a half, Batangas with a 13-point lead over Bulacan, 46-33.
Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan. Kaya yung mayanig ang pakbakan.
White Sox steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
All right, here we go mga kaliga. It's time for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge. Tawagin natin ang ating challenger. Walang iba kundi si Joaquim Cambia mula sa Cainta, Rizal. Ito mukhang ready na. Sa ating challenge, you will be given 45 seconds to complete a layup, a free throw, 3-point shot, and a half-court shot. Pagka na-shoot mo lahat ng yan in 45 seconds, you will win 1 million pesos from the official sports book of the MPBL Sports Plus. Are you ready for the Sports Plus Clutch Time Challenge? In 3, 2, 1, go! Galingan mo. Joaquim Cambia, 1 milyon yan. Ito sa free throw na. He makes it! Tingnan natin ang galing sa 3-point area naman. Itong si Joaquim Cambia. 30 seconds. Mahaba pa to, ha? Joaquim Cambia. Take your best shot. Konti na lang yan. 1 million ang naghihintay sa'yo. Ito na for the half-court shot. 13 seconds. Good luck, Joaquim. Uy! Sige pa. Pwede pa. Come on. 5 seconds left. Joaquim Cambia. Uy! Woo! Muntik na. Talaga naman. Talagang good effort. Itong si Joaquim Cambia. You will be going home with the Sports Plus jersey. Thank you for joining sa ating mga kaliga. Check out the Sports Plus FB page to find out.
MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball. Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan. Kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado.
Back with us here at the One Arena in Cainta, where Batangas holds this lead over Bulacan, 46-33 at the half. Batangas led all the way. In fact, it was 37-10. And then Bulacan made their run, 23-9 run to close out the first half, Coach Chris.
37-10, that's when the semi-podcast mode happened. And then long and behold, after a few minutes, because Batangas helping the other team as well by throwing the ball away. You look at the turnovers. And that was the story of the game pretty much for the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. Bulacan forcing a lot of them, really, 14 turnovers, and then converting on the other end with 16, got them back in the ball game, making this a more manageable lead, a high of 27, and then now to 13. You look at the field goal shooting, mataas pa rin para sa Batangas, pero nung first quarter, 77% yan. If you remember, 61, mataas pa rin. Miko Dizon leading the way, kasama, as I love to say it again and again, Benedictos, top scoring para sa Bulacan with 10 and 8 respectively. Yambing, who shot the ball 73% from the field, had 13 markers to lead all scorers in this game. Ablaza continues his steady play with 9, Comboy 6, CJ Isit with 5. But the concern to me for Batangas, even though they're up by 13, how they take care of business in the second half by not being careless with the basketball, but really getting the best quality shot, at least.
That's a quality look of that set play. Jan Nermal got fouled. They troop to the line for 2 shots. Jan Nermal returned to the MPBL with Pampanga last season. Struggled a bit finding his footing, but here with Batangas seems like much more comfortable. As he misses the first free throw, however, Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Sablay Paqueo. Outlet. Benedictos gives it up. 3-point shot on the corner is good for Akop.
Nice drive by Benedictos and just read it well with the help closing to him and just hitting the open man.
Andre Akop pulls Bulacan to within 10. From a high of 27 points the lead. Signature shot from Cranian Viloria just inside the arc.
Just an outstanding perimeter shooter. Itong si Cranial Viloria. And does it seem, no, only when the opportunity presents itself, shooting from the 3, pero kung pipiliin, talagang mas pipiliin niya to step into his shot in the 2.
Akop creating space, can't hit the jumper. Nermal secures the rebound. Apinan against Castillo. Ablaza recovers over Montalvo. Jumper too strong. Rebound Benedictos. Espinosa. Pasa dapat kay Montalvo, but turnover against Bulacan. This was the 3 earlier from Akop, Andre Akop. Just look to set up Viloria for that jumper. 48-36. Ablaza off the dribble. Turns it over again. 15 turnovers now for Batangas. Benedictos, wala. Bit out of control. Thought he got fouled. In and out dribble. Ablaza. Nice look inside. Nermal. Count it. Plus a foul.
It's just a poor job by Espinosa, as he was the one on the weak side. You know, he could have covered that man, yung pinasahan, the Ablaza na si Nermal, but this was the play. You see Espinosa over-helping when not needed to.
Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Nonetheless, a good find by Ablaza. Nermal completes the 2+1.
6 points for Jan Nermal. Balik sa 15 ang lamang. Benedictos got fouled. And later we'll have Mikawayan Marilao Gems going up against the Manila Batang Quiapo earlier.
Isang team na galing sa panalo.
Yeah.
Convincing win. Talk about Mikawayan. At isang team na gustong manalo, makabawi. Manila. According to Joe Gomez Deliano.
Oo. Panorin nyo yun, ha? pilot episode nila, kaka-upload lang kanina. Kenneth Castillo has an experience with Valenzuela with an N1 play here. Using his left hand. Short on the free throw, however. John Nermal, napulot ulit na rebound. Nermal with 6 points and 4 boards. At the elbow of Plaza. Isit, masyadong malakas. Labanan sa rebound, controlled by John Nermal. Isit, swing pass. Viloria is open. Lista mo na.
Second straight jumper for him again off the catch and shoot. But this time near that short corner.
Akop. Pinuntahan si Benedicto straight but long on that three. Akop ulit will get the friendly bounce and a bonus free throw coming up after getting fouled.
Would you believe if I told you that that is only the 14th in the third quarter offensive rebounds rather in total for Bulacan, but the last 2 possessions they've been crashing the glass, getting 2 straight offensive rebounds. The last one leading to this one, a 3-point play. This is only a dozen.
Yeah. 3 minutes gone by. Don Ochea not in uniform for today's game.
Agaw.
Espinosa. As Viloria to beat. Rejected by the former Arellano chief.
A little stare down. And that beautiful spike block right in front of Espinosa.
Baseline inbound. Ako will trigger it in. Benedictos. Kaharap si Jexter Apinan. Akop susubok sa 3. Short. Plaza with the rebound. Sa corner sila pumunta kay John Nermal. Binabantayan ni Gabo Espinosa. Gets it to Jexter Apinan. Nermal at the post. Isit trying to cut back door. Ball will stay on their side but only 7 on their shot clock. Isit, naghanap ng papasahan. Apinan, pinilit. Ayaw pumasok. Rebound nakuha ni Ken Castillo. Espinosa susugod. High off the glass. Did not have the right angle. Outlet by Apinan.
Jumper.
Viloria.
Matic.
Matik yan. 6 points all in this quarter for Craniel Viloria.
Almost like practice shots. Tumatirang yan ni Viloria.
Talvo, timed well by Nermal with the block.
So this is when you know that your player is just confident and that he's putting in the work. Even in a fast break situation, he's gonna pull up because he knows he's gonna go. It's gonna go in.
Got his legs under him on that jump shot. Castillo got a Plaza in the air momentarily.
Good pass.
Press is short. KG Garcia forcing his way in. Wala pa din. Crashing the boards was Ken Castillo and he will be rewarded with 2 free throws.
Already the 9th offensive rebound in this game for Bulacan. They only had 4 in 2 quarters in the first half. And 5 na yan, no? Dito sa quarter na ito. And approaching halfway pa lang tayo.
Kenneth Castillo at the line. It's good on the first. Bagi siya ng Valenzuela before. Just 5 out of 12 from the line. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Talking about Bulacan. Now 6 out of 13 after that make. But still within striking distance, down by just 12. CJ Isit. Plaza top of the key. Will get to the gut of the defense but fails to finish. Garcia. Now at the midway point of the third. Another chance to inch closer itong Bulacan Kuyas.
I think if they could execute off the inbound, sometimes yung mga ganong tapek mo, minsan na mas napapaganda pa yan. Lalo na kung ensayado yung team mo sa mga plays na ganito off the baseline.
Garcia. 3-point shot. Intis, Apinan. Will run down the floor, will lay it up and in off that pass from Jan Nermal.
Instead, Bulacan ends up with a bad shot on the other end that leads to a quick two by Jexter.
Pivot by Castillo. Batangas is in penalty. So 2 shots coming up for Ken Castillo. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Now something obviously that Bulacan can take advantage of in this quarter with still 4:36 remaining. This was the fast break layup by Jexter. Anytime you're trailing and trying to get back in the game, when the opposing team is in the penalty, it certainly helps you because you not only get the chance to score, but you stop the clock. And it helps your cause. Let's see if Bulacan can take advantage.
Ken Castillo did not even play in that win against Parañaque. But proving to be quite a commodity here. 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 of 5 shooting from the line. Benedictos, nasa loob ulit, alongside Nico Dizon and Gonzalez, rounding out their front court. Homeboy, this is quite an experiment, being tasked to play as a point guard in the preseason. Tutuloy din dito in their second game.
Little pistols action right there with a handoff to Flair screen. Nice play by Viloria. Just couldn't complete it is Cruz.
Yeah, Mark Cruz. Turnover though by Bulacan. On the run, Seth Ablaza will score. 11 points for Seth. Back-to-back double figures in scoring.
And to me, that's the luxury of having a Seda Plaza. Almost feels like he's a better transition player than a half-court player. I mean, he knows how to score in the half-court. But you would see him, the way he scores the basketball, ang sipag kasi tumakbo na ito.
Yeah.
Even at his age right now, I believe he's in this maybe early 30s, approaching mid-30s. Pero parang kabayo pa rin tumakbo itong si Seda Plaza.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
You don't believe me? Look at this replay. Siya pa tumapos.
Just inside hand finish. Nermales length. Batangas thought that it was supposed to be an 8-second backward violation. Instead, they steal the basketball. And Yambing will set up Jan Nermal for his 8th point of the ball game.
Well, our officials thought that there was a change in possession, kaya hindi tinawagan yon. Pero ito yung agaw, outlet pass, extra pass, and the finish.
Naulok pass from Edwin Yambing. Jan Nermal will finish off that fast break. Lamang na ulit sila ng 16, 61-45.
Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang pakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo.
White Sox steps back into the game. 100 minutes in and 1 steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Maibalita muna tayo kay Mika.
I asked John Nermal, pakiramdam mo ba bumalik na yung Bacoor Nermal? Not an impressive stint with Pampanga, he said, but now the answer is yes. He feels more comfortable on the MPBL floor, no? Naka-adjust na daw ulit yung bilis ng pag-iisip niya. Sabi niya, dito kasi mahaba na yung 1 o 2 segundo sa pag-decide kung titira ka o hindi. Jan is so happy with Batangas. He said, kung hindi nila ako tatanggalin, dito na siguro ako hanggang dulo. Ken, Coach Chris.
Maraming salamat, Mika. Very evident naman, no? With Pampanga, there were flashes of brilliance, but his numbers weren't at par to what he had with Bacoor. At least here with Batangas, early strong showing in his debut game, 20 points, even in the preseason. Nakita natin, no, how impressive he was in a Batangas uniform, Coach Chris.
And it shows you also the importance of a courtside reporter because it allows you to get into their minds. No? And that my takeaway from that report by Mika is that I don't know John Nermal, no, like personally, like the other players na yung mga inabot ko pa, lalo na naging teammates ko pa, no? Like sila Bambam Gamalinda, sila Raynel Hugnatan. But to her report, the last part, they said, kung hindi nila ako tatanggalin, gusto ko dito magtapos. That shows to me a lot of humility. Because a lot of players, even when they don't say it, sad to say, they really feel entitled to something, you know, whether it's a salary or a playing time. Yan yung usually yung dalawa eh. But ang maganda doon, no, sa report ni Mika is it showed me that the type of person that he is. He seems to be a guy who's appreciative, thankful, considering kung ano yung serbisyo na kaya niyang maibigay. You know, particularly with Batangas, we talked about this. I think he has the potential to be the go-to guy in this team, having all the tools at 6'4", with that wingspan, being a two-way player, as you see this 3 by Benedictos. Yes, by Benedictos.
Kompletuhin mo.
Benedictos. The demanding Ken Pangilinan. Oh my goodness.
Again, William Bing tries to answer, no good. But going back to our conversation with John Nermal, he has really come a long way from Kabacanlan, Negros Occidental, started with STI West Negros. Di pa siya masyadong kilala, and then the pandemic happened.
Right.
As we see that jumper.
He has this, if you don't know him, and then maybe the first, second time you see him play, he has like this Kawhi Leonard type of aura, you know, a little stoic, no reactions, whether it's a wow play or a steal or a big rebound. Alam mong tatrabaho, two-way player, as I mentioned. Not all good offensive players are two-way players in our league. And to me, it resembles a lot sa Nermal family, to his parents, of how he was raised. Again, I don't know him, but from looking at a distance, an impression, you know, he looks to be a high character guy.
Coach Cholo definitely happy to have him on their roster.
Coach Cholo, I know him. Trust me, he's never happy.
Ganun ba?
Satisfied, maybe.
Okay.
Never happy. He'll only be happy if he gets over the hump of that, you know, division finalist before last year. You know, for what, 3 straight years? Mr. Encyclopedia?
Tama, 3 straight years.
3 straight years, di ba? Division finals sa South.
Yeah.
Last year,
Kinapos.
semifinals.
Right.
So him and Agnes, they're going to be happy if they reach the finals, which I think they have a really good chance with a younger and more athletic team. But it's still a long way.
Yeah. 3-point shot. Oh, Benedictos cutting the lead down to single digits with that 3-pointer.
Lalo na ngayon, hindi talaga happy yan si Coach Cholo. Siyam na lamang to from a high of 27.
Abdul Sawat will answer right back with a 3 of his own. 66-54. Espinosa whips a pass to Limpo. Naiwan ng bahagyang libre sa tres. Gets that one in. Babasa siya ang kalamangan ng Batangas City. Comboy to Abdul Sawat. Off the lift. Plaza spots up. Can't get that one to fall. Benedictos the rebound. will
Stop
pull
and
up for
pop.
free. Oh my goodness! Benedictos with 17 points. This lead is down to 6.
It's a good foul because wala pa sa penalty itong Bulacan. But I don't know what's better here. Can you help me out? The shot and the make or yung silip? Makikita ba natin? Hindi. Sumilip yan eh. Habang tinira niya, yun yung naging follow through niya eh. Oh, what a game.
Double B with 17 points, 5 triples. Abdul Sawat will miss. And that will end an enormous quarter for the Bulacan Cuyas. They were down by as many as 27 points back in the first quarter. But they have clawed their way back behind the spirited rally here in the third.
Ngayon, iniiwan mo na ako sa ere. Kanina, pinipilit mo kong sabihin ng tama, Benedictos. Sabay ngayon, double B. Pero ito, si Viloria, he had 3 of those jumpers. Yung isa doon, galing pa sa fast break. This was the big boy rebound by Castillo na may 3-point play pa. This was the turnover. And then the steal, the assist to John Nermal. But the story of the third quarter, especially towards the end, double B. Benedictos.
66-60 Batangas with a 6-point lead heading into the fourth.
Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang ating iisipin, sa droga ay huwag pamanipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama.
How about this guy, Coach Chris? What's his name?
Benedict Harold Benedictos. So tanggalin na natin yung double B. BHB na siya. Look at his numbers versus Parañaque. 16 points, obviously surpassing that with 17. And that third quarter though was huge para kay Benedictos because he had a total of 9 points in the third, 17 in total. More importantly, trimming the lead down to 6, and they will have first possession.
Akop also hit a free earlier. Benedictos has been the hot man for Bulacan. Stepping back.
Si Yambing sticking to Benedictos like glue. Pagkabitaw ng bola, hindi na binitawan. Ayun, mintis tuloy, no? Itong Bulacan.
They get a stop. Talking about Batangas. They have Mark Cruz, Ino Comboy, Abdul Sawa, John Ambuluto, and Rinwil Yambing. This is actually a big lineup for Batangas. Comboy and Abdul Sawa at the backcourt. Sawat off the bounce. You can see Ino Comboy, his first attempt of a 3. No good. Ambuluto snares down the offensive board. Locates Mark Cruz, one-hander, wala pa din. Labanan sa rebound, nakuha ng Bulacan. And a foul will be called on John Ambuluto.
A good effort by the blue shirts right there. Just unable to hit a basket and eventually led to the foul by Ambuluto. So a chance once again for Bulacan to inch in closer, maybe into one possession if they hit a 3.
Agang palitan dito, no? Jexter Apinan coming in for John Ambuluto. Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community.
I-challenge si Coach Alan to.
Yeah. Actually,
Hindi daw pwede i-challenge. Tama ba? Yung
Ayun nga eh.
nabasa ko dito.
14 seconds on the shot clock of Batangas. Comboy, guarded by Espinosa. Apinan offering that screen. Comboy lost control of the basketball. Tatakbo na naman dito ang Bulacan. Benedictos off the dribble.
Pagpal ni Apinan.
Great timing on that swipe. Comboy will finish strong on the other end. 68-60, first basket by Batangas in this quarter. Turnaround jumper by Akop, short. Apinan at Sawat pa nag-agawan sa bola.
0.5 yun.
Abdul Sawat. Apinan makes his move against Ken Castillo.
Good screen.
Apinan! And we have a foul called on Bulacan. Espinosa is down on the floor.
Holding to his left
Thumb, I think.
left or right thumb, either or. There was a tough fall after tumalon siya, no, sa shot fake. This was a nice dribble handoff screen by Apinan, kaya nalibre siya. Yun.
A great footwork there.
But sometimes what coaches teach there, no, pag napatalong ka na sa ere, minsan yakapin mo na lang. Para yung landing mo, hindi ka alanganin. The only downside to that is the worst scenario would be you would probably be called for an unsportsmanlike foul. But you'd rather take that rather than give up the hard fall sa defensive player, no? Minsan ang nauuna dyan yung likod, lalo na pag tagilid, yung naunang bumagsak, yung tagiliran. But it's good to see him stand up, no? Let's just hope that it's nothing severe, maybe a fracture.
Yeah.
Sana parang corpo lang.
Apinan at the line.
That's clearly a miss. And as soon as he released the basketball.
Had problems in that department last season. Actually, as a team, Batangas, especially in the playoffs. Apinan getting a split, 69-60, approaching the 8-minute mark. Montalvo. Garcia being bothered. And that results into a turnover against Bulacan. On the same
Wild
page.
pass.
Yeah.
Trying to look for a white shirt even on the sidelines. Parang wala naman nakaputi. No?
Wala naman.
Yeah.
Apinan. Gives it up to Abdul Sawat. These two have worked well together. Mark Cruz swings it. Yambing will rise up for the jumper. No good. Another offensive rebound by Batangas, leading to this free by Ino Comboy.
5 straight points for Comboy. Has a total of 13 in the game and is shooting at a high clip. Almost 70%, 5 for 7.
Back to double digits, the lead of Batangas, outscoring Bulacan 6-0 in this quarter. Castillo gets inside, will get the bounce, plus a foul.
Something that you really hate to see defensively. A split off the help. Look at this move right here. The funnel towards the sideline, or the baseline rather, but you saw the split of the help by Mark Cruz. 3-point play pa.
Then Castillo, 11 points, 3 of 3 from the field, and 5 of 6 from the line. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Extreme, maraming salamat po. Season 1 pa yan. You talk about a loyal supporter.
Yeah. 3-point shot will not drop. Apinan snares down another offensive rebound. Comboy lines it up. Masyadong malakas yung kanyang tres. And finally, rebound number 7 for Ken Castillo.
They have numbers.
And Montalvo will head to the line after getting fouled. Montalvo had a double-double last game. 14 points, 13 rebounds.
In a game wherein a total of almost 200 attempts, you're supposed to get at least 10 rebounds, my friend.
Oo nga naman.
And usually yung mga ganun, ha, when you get 108 attempts by Bulacan. The first time I saw this, I thought they gotta shoot at least 50%. Usually ganyan eh, pag medyo walang dipansahan, but nobody shot the ball over 40%. Both teams were under 40. Kaya maraming rebounds.
Right. Akop,
Tinamaan sa bibig
Yambing.
si Yambing.
numbers for the guys in white.
Foul. Gusto
Foul.
pa review.
While taking a three was Limpo.
Ito may tiwalang binibigay no, ni Coach Cholo. Dahil pinagkakatiwalaan yung word nitong si Jexter Pinan na wala siyang tinamaan.
A challenge requested by Batangas City. They're up by 8. We'll be back for the result of this challenge.
Ang bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay umayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit
After the review, the challenge was successful, resulting in
Successful
a jump ball
challenge
at the
by
center.
Coach Cholo. So nagbunga naman yung tiwala no kay Jex dito sa challenge na ito. So jump ball. Because of it, instead of the possession arrow, or instead of Bulacan, excuse me, retaining possession,
Violation? Yes.
wala pa sa apex ng ball toss.
Well, either apex or pababa na. You know, pero sa taas tumalo ni Yambing medyo na-miss time niya.
Nonetheless, Bulacan has a chance to trim the gap even further. Montalvo over Jex Apinan. Comboy, nice outlet. Apinan in stride, will lay it in for 2.
He had a defender in front of him, talk about Comboy, and was still able to make that pass strong and long enough for Jexter to get an easy layup.
Si Ibe, sumubok, sumalaksak. Ay foul ay Pipito laban kay Ino Comboy.
This was the loose ball rebound right there. He had Ibe right in front of him. That is a tough pass to make, right on the money para kay Jexter.
Lead back to 10. Ibe will be replaced. KG Garcia is coming in. Together with Akop, Nico Dizon, Kenneth Castillo, and Benedict Benedictos. 3-point shot. Garcia has been trying that one, but still coming away empty. Just 1 out of 7 from the field. Comboy will set the table here. 5.5 remaining in the fourth.
Excellent denials by Benedictos on Yambing, delaying the offense of Batangas.
Mark Cruz, short stab, no. Finally cleared by Akop.
If you're Bulacan, you want to put pressure at the rim, especially with Batangas in the penalty. But don't look now, this will be showtime, slightly. What a spoiler.
Slam dunk.
That was supposed to be a nice dunk, not a baby one. But nonetheless, 2 points. Ganda ng agaw, nonetheless.
Nasundan sa likod, Yambing will take flight and for safety will slam it down with one hand. And Batangas able to recover nicely after Bulacan getting themselves to within 6. This slam has brought the lead back up to a dozen. 76-64. We have a timeout by Bulacan.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Let's go courtside to Mika.
This is about the Kuyas. Gabo Espinosa is still in pain. Natukod yung right wrist niya. Hindi pa daw na masyadong magalaw pero okay naman. Obviously, one of the effective guys for the Kuyas. And speaking of effective, magkababayan pala si Benedict Benedictus at Sed Ablaza sa Malolos, Bulacan. Kwento ni Sed, matunog na talaga ang pangalan niya lalo na sa shooting. Was drafted by NLEX pero he broke his shooting arm kaya he wasn't signed, but he is here now in the MPBL, ready as ever as you can see. Ken Coach Chris.
Maraming salamat, Mika. Ayun, may connection pala, no? Si Sed at si Benedict Benedictus.
And right on cue, in a negative way, though. Benedictus called for warding off the offensive foul yun.
Yeah,
as he was denied by Yambing.
Yeah, naglaro na to last season si Benedict Benedictus towards the tail end. But here, being more featured in this version of the Bulacan Kuya squad under Coach Alan Salansang.
And the difference is that hindi pa siya double D nun. Tonight pa lang.
Okay. Hino Comboy. Creating space. Rainbow of a three is good. Hino Comboy was just 4 out of 17 from the field in their last game.
And only 6 points in the first half, has a total of 16 already. That means 10 here in the second half.
Benedictus will try to answer. No good. Bola babalik kay Akop. Bubukol din siya ng 3. Ayaw pa din. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the fourth. Batangas really establishing a 15-point lead.
They're going to run the same play. Let's see if Comboy will still get the same shot. He will.
Comboy, libre. Nermal with the rebound. Chops it up. Naagaw. Bulacan has numbers. Gabo Espinosa high off the glass. Dizon there to clean it up. Nico Dizon with 13 points.
That's one thing that Bulacan has done better, especially in the second half. 13 offensive rebounds already has resulted into 14 second chance points.
Susugod si Abdul Sawat. Masyadong malakas lang yung kanyang layup. Door slightly open here for Bulacan to make their comeback. Extra pass. Benedictus, corner pocket 3. Ayaw. Dizon, another cleanup job for 2. 15 points for Migo Dizon.
I think that's 16 second chance points, keeping them in the game.
Under 3 minutes left, 11-point lead. Comboy. Yabantayan ni Espinosa. Steal by Bulacan. Another turnover by Batangas. Castillo, bounce pass to Akop. Libre si Benedictus. Pupukol sa 3. 3-pointers have not been kind for Benedictus here in the fourth. 2-20. Apinan swings it to the other side. Comboy. To the post they go. Nermal against Miko Dizon. Just a smart play by John Nermal, drawing a foul.
Salita ng mga player, no? Na veterans. Ni Nermal, itong si Miko.
So John Nermal at the line. It's good on the first. John Nermal with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Also a former Bulacan Kuya. In fact, yun yung unang MPBL team niya dito. Got a chance to play under Coach Britney Roma through the help of his former coach.
I remember, yeah, kasama sila JR Tagana.
Yeah. Dati pa lang niyang coach, former UP Fighting Maroon, Mark Homalesa. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL, together with Sir Tony Agustin sa West Negros University. And then nung pandemic, I remember, ito si John Nermal, juggled as a welder and also as a construction worker before finding his way back. Nagkaroon ng, after nung MPBL finals, merong Subic tournament also there. Got a spot.
Why am I not surprised that you know this? I think the only surprising thing here is that you know this more than our courtside reporters. Sino nga ba courtside natin ngayon?
John Nermal on cue, making a basket. Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Second straight game in double figures with 11 points to go along with 8 boards para kay John Nermal.
Of the nice feed by Wendell Comboy attacking the closeout. Nermal loves to finish with that left hand.
Yeah, but timeout. We'll be right back.
Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo. Iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan a QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Batangas holding Bulacan to just 8 points in this quarter. Bulacan, the closest that they got was within 6. Ino Comboy against Ilagan Isabela, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, but struggled shooting from the field, 5 of 17. Pero dito, much better outing today against Bulacan. 16 points on 6 of 11 shooting to go along with 4 triples and 6 assists.
And just like our sponsor, if we're gonna put Batangas game or describe it into one word, to your point, it's been extreme because they only gave up 10 points in the first quarter after leading 35-10 as the score by Dizon, but gave up 50 points combined nung second and third quarter. That's 23 and 27 respectively. Eh tulad na banggit mo, 8 points pa lamang dito. Papasok na tayo ng 1-minute mark natin. Patapos na ang laro.
Mintis yung tres ni John Nermal.
Galing, no? Tapos sakto, nagpakita si Extreme. Galing talaga ng ano natin, production natin.
Mintis yung tres ulit ni Benedictos. Medyo naubos na. Oh, John Nermal got the block on Dizon. Dizon overcooking the putback attempt. And looks like Batangas will snag down win number 2. But they got tested a bit here, especially in the third quarter. Vidoria with some timely jumpers. They laid up and in. Also has 10 points. Much more balance in terms of scoring this time around para dito sa Batangas.
Has 10 already si Viloria. That's his first layup, by the way.
Finally, nakabutas na si Benedict Benedictos, but perhaps a little bit too late. 25 seconds left. 85-73. And Batangas looking good. One of the most successful franchises here in the league. In fact, 7 straight playoff appearances. That's the most here as a layup converted by Ken Montalvo. Nagbigay pa ng foul ang Bulacan.
That's because they have a foul to give.
Just 2 seconds left. Batangas holding on despite that lead once at 27, being trimmed down to 6 to start the fourth, but clamping down on the defensive end and getting their second win at the expense of this very game Bulacan Kuya squad.
It's one of those games wherein even if you're the winning team like Batangas, you're not too happy in terms of how you did it. And if you're on the losing end in Bulacan, you're satisfied of how your boys fought back after a high of 27 point lead. There's a lot of things to talk about there if you're Coach Ala. I'm sure he's going to talk about it. But the only talk we should mention, the only name, is this guy, Ino Comboy. Was quite silent in the first half, only had 6 markers, but was different in the second half as he ended up with 10. Those 5 straight points turned out to be the big difference kung bakit lumamang sila into double digits ulit.
Best player of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Final score 75 for the Bulacan Kuyas, 85 for the 2-0 Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. Let's go courtside to Miss Mika Bisamis.
Maraming salamat. Congratulations, Ino. 16 points, 8 points in the fourth. Pero aminin mo, binigyan din talaga kayo ng kaba ng Bulacan ng second half.
Credit sa kanila kasi sobrang mga hard workers sila. So yung team ngayon ng Bulacan sobrang competitive. So di kami pwedeng mag-relax or ibang team. Talagang kailangan respetuhin yung team na yan.
Ino, nagsisilakasan na talaga ang team sa South, no? Isa dyan ang Cebu, sila ang next yung makakalaban. Para sa'yo, kumusta tong nabubuong team nyo dito sa Batangas?
As new player sa Batangas, sobrang na-amaze ako kung paano magpatakbo ng team si Coach Cholo. So sobrang kontrolado niya lahat eh. Kaya as new player, madami ako natututunan.
Ino, sino mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Una-una sa lahat, nagpapasalamat ako kay Lord. Binigay niya sa amin panalo na to sa protection sa loob ng court. And binabati ko yung family ko sa San Mateo, Mama, Papa, JB, and yung ate ko na nanonood dito, tsaka si Heart, and yung girlfriend ko si Ces, tsaka yung aso namin na si Carrie. And binabati rin po namin si Boss Lucio Tan III, Kyle Tan, Mayor Marvy Marino, Congresswoman Beverly Dimacua, Gary Ong, Benny Antonio, Batangguay, Fans Club, at sa manager namin, si Boss Jean.
Maraming salamat. Ang dami palang fans ni Ino sa araw na to. Our player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Ken Coach Chris.
15 points in his first 2 games, Ino Comboy. Solid output this time around against Bulacan as Batangas earning a win here. Up next, may Kawayan, Marilao Gems going up against the Manila Batang Quiapo. So stick with us because the MPBL will be right back.
Sa Visayas at Mindanao, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball